Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Got my orange monster this morning. That's if anybody's had the orange, it's a little harsh. I don't know if they put some zest in it or something like that. Got a little bit of extra twang to it. Little harsher than orange juice. Anyway, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Hey, Gregory is now a supporter. So I did turn on the memberships. So we will have extra bonus content. The goal of that is mostly behind the scenes stuff. Maybe, the deal I have with the publisher, I can't publish trade alerts in there. So it will be extra stuff. I can't, just full disclosure, it won't be trade alerts, but it will be extra stuff. We can have live streams and sessions, and I'll share a lot of pictures about projects I've got going on. So that is now available it's now available. You can click the become a member of the channel or a supporter, and there are two levels. The basic $5 level, and there's a $25 level. The live streams and stuff will be the $25 level. So just letting everybody know. And Robin, Rob, Don, Dan, Andrew, Steven, welcome to the show. Wade, Rex, Ryan. I do all the YouTube stuff on my own. Company doesn't really support me with any of that, so I do appreciate all the support because there's equipment I buy to do this show every day. Gosh, like all the I've been trying to hire somebody for animations, and there's a lot of things that go into make it a good show, and none of this stuff is free. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome, Kevin, Robert, Gayton, Jason, Patrick, Sledge, David, Ivan, Valerie, Kay, Merle, Goose in the house. Welcome, everybody. And if you got questions about it, you can just ask. I'm straight up with everybody. I'm not trying to hide anything. Just doing a thing, And NVDA earnings. But I guess before I cover any trades at all, I should do this. All trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance not necessarily indicative of future results. So I may never get another one right again. This presentation intended to be informational, educational, fun, entertaining, not a recommendation to buy or sell any financial instrument. If you desire personal financial advice, hire and consult a financial advisor, which is not me. So that means don't trade stocks, options, bonds, forex, futures, cryptos, treasuries. Don't long them, don't short them, don't trade them. And that's it didn't work. Dang it. Didn't work on my tool. Anyway, if you're a channel member, you can use a dumpster fire emoji. I put on some fun emojis on there. So anyway, can you say that again about the new YouTube? It's a membership thing. I asked everybody yesterday if they would want to have extra content for a membership. It is an extra fee. It's through YouTube. It's not through the publisher at all, like Finim, the Prosperity Pub, all that stuff, not involved at all whatsoever in this. So I had to get this kind of a gentleman's agreement with them that it's okay. They said you can't sell trading service stuff through the membership. So it's not trading stuff services, but we can't. I talk trading stuff all the time. So it won't be trade alerts or anything like that, but it will be extra content around trading and all the other things I do. So, and you get a cool badge. Like if you scroll up in the chat, Gregory there has a cool badge, and there is a Discord channel, and I've integrated it all. So if you become a supporter, if you go into Discord, you click the gear icon at the bottom, and you go to connections, and you connect your YouTube account to your Discord account, you get there's a special channel. Or at least, there will be in today. All right. So let's go back over. Look at the GDP right here. Preliminary GDP came out at 3. A little spicy there. Growing a little bit more than they estimated. Is that good? I bet it's government spending. I bet if you took out all the government spending, this is negative. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you tell me. Numbers are all made up, right? Comedy Central. Whose line is it anyway? Numbers are all made up. Prices don't matter. Tomorrow, this one's probably more important than GDP today. GDP did cause a little volatility, especially in gold. Gold got whacked on that GDP number. So make sure you give me a like and subscribe if anything I say is beneficial all during the day. Anything's helpful, right there. This will be a volatility event. So if you're long or if you're short, it's an unknown reaction. Unknown reaction. I'm sure somebody out there will tell you exactly what's going to happen. If it comes in line, maybe a nothing burger. If this comes in light, we're probably going to skyrocket. Everybody's going to be like, they're cutting rates. But remember, cutting rates is not necessarily long-term bullish, or, it does set up the potential for kind of some problems. I mean, if you look at it, everything's kind of feeling like the .com area. We went sideways for 14 years in the S&P. This you've never seen my interest rate chart here. DGS2, Delta Golf CR2. You can pull this up on TradingView for free. This is 2-year constant maturity rate. And if you want to add that gets you the blue line. All right, the blue line is the DGS2. That's 2-year constant maturity rate. That's kind of like the market interest rate. All right, now the Fed funds. Now to add that, you click the compare button up here. Type in FED, FUNDS, right there. Foxtrot Echo Delta, Foxtrot Uniform November Delta Sierra, Fed funds, right there. FED, FUNDS. Oh, type that in there. Compare right there, Fed funds. And that puts the orange line. So that's when they talk about the Fed's rate, that's the orange line. Now, I kind of speculated that maybe we would create a problem. Now, we may cut rates and create a problem and then have to raise rates. That's out there as a potential. Wouldn't that suck? They have to raise, there's a financial crisis problem, and the way to solve it is by raising rates. Wouldn't that be weird? Now, look at what happened the last times we've cut rates. Anybody remember back here? This is just since I've been trading. I can't really speak much to before here because I wasn't trading. I learned to trade in the 3rd grade, but I didn't really understand. I didn't follow it every day. All right. That kind of started right in here. Right in here, right in this area. I started following it every day, ran it up into the .com bust right here. And they started cutting rates, and we went down the toilet, and the S&P went sideways for 14 years. And we kind of ramped it back up as the market came off the bottom, right back to, we can look at the S&P here in a minute, but right back into this, the housing crisis and the great financial crisis, and then right back down, kind of hung zero rates for a while. We started creeping up again, and then COVID happened here, and now we're rocking and rolling. The market does come off the bottom during these periods, but it took 14 years though to recover from this all the way over to here. And if you're unfamiliar with what that looked like, you just don't even know what I'm talking about, check it out over here. Let's go up to a weekly chart down here. Look right here. Let's turn off that so we don't get distracted. Look at that. That high right there. Year 2000. That went sideways. Sure, we came back up. Hung out there for like a month, and then we went down lower low. So this was all just one big correction. It was not until here, 13, 14 years later, that we got back out of that crap. We didn't really break higher in a significant way till we got up here. So we could get another one of these corrections like this. That's what I'm concerned about right now. We haven't really done that since, for 10 years, 12 years, 10 years. It'll be 12 years next year. 10 years ish. Yeah. So when's the last time we did that? It was in the 70s back here. See how we did this? All the way over there. From that was a long one. 68 all the way over here before we really broke out and ran higher. Golly, if you've been in stocks from 68 through the 80s, I mean, that's a whole lost decade in there. Another 14-year deal. So 80, 82 up to year 2000. Could we get in? And look at that drop in there. That was a lot like the COVID drop, wasn't it? See that right there? Now, could we push it on higher for another few years? Yeah, we could. We could. So, anyway, there's no link. It's it's right there on the page. It's join as a member. So it's a subscription to the channel. It's what they call membership. Let's see. I made a post about it. If you go to my YouTube homepage and go under posts, let's see. I could probably pull it up. Let's see. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. We go to jeffreytrader.com/YouTube. Get to the channel. Right here, dismiss. So, right here, if you go under, where'd it go? Community, right here. Alter. That right there. This link lets you see that stuff right there. You become a channel member and right there. So if you don't want to support it, don't do it. I mean, that's bottom line. Bottom line right there. You don't want to do it, don't do it. That's it, Samir. All right. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Fucking scattered, smothered, and covered. A bunch of Waffle House hash browns. Jumping in. Go to extended hours for 1 minute, and then we got the market opening. So a little bit of dip, and there's the market open. Not even a minute. There was the overnight action. Right back up, and here's where we kind of closed yesterday. Right in here. We're down. Maybe going lower. I think it's Jim Cramer's fault. He said he couldn't be more bullish on NVIDIA. So, there's the audio is set the same way every day. There's no, it's maxing out at 0 dB. So I don't have any way to turn it up. I do talk when I'm talking candid. I do tend to mumble a little bit, as Kimberly tells me. So I apologize for that. Try to amp up the excitement and talk a little louder. So NVIDIA. We'll see. We'll see. On the daily charts, here's what we got cooking. We rejected. This is what you got to watch out for, all right? If we come back to the roadmap line, if we don't hold it, we could, in fact, go lower, right down here, 75. That's the thing to watch out. Can the market go higher if NVIDIA burns it down? That's a good question. Really good question. Really good question. And yeah, Brian, I asked you a question in the off-topic channel. I don't know if you saw that in Discord. So, off topic of trading. Anyway, yeah. If it can hold right here, let me click that. If we can hold right here, if we can hold this area, like right in here. Turn back higher. We're probably going right up here, 150. So if it could be a buy if we break back above this consolidation we had right here for like whatever that was, 2 weeks almost, 2 trading weeks. If we break back above that consolidation, I mean, you could buy now and hope and pray. Buy up here, a little more conservative, And remember, all trading involves a substantial risk of loss. I may be completely wrong. That's back to the disclaimer. Past performance not necessarily indicative of future results. This pattern may fail and may never work again. Kind of suck, but I think the patterns work all the time. But there you go. If we break out above this, we're probably cruising 150. That'd be the target. Now you could go for extension targets. That would be up here, 158, possibly 180. It's gonna be pretty ridiculous. Pretty ridiculous. Because let's go look at this really quickly. Refresh. Gold hanging out here at 17 trillion. Apple hanging out at 3.4 trillion. NVDA hanging out there in the number 3 spot at 3.17 trillion. Bigger than Microsoft. Just crazy. Just crazy right there. That will probably climb even higher. Possibly to the top spot again. If we go on up to that 180 area. Now look at this. Something to consider. Something to consider. Every dollar that NVIDIA moves in share price is $25 billion, or $24.6 billion in the market. Into and out of the market. We drop $1, it's $24.6 billion coming out of that. So down $2, almost $3, that's almost $75 million. I mean, 75 billion, excuse me, billion. $75 billion. We pop $3, that's $75 billion. It's hard to believe, isn't it? Now, another funny comment I read. It said the reason NVIDIA drops on earnings is because there's nobody left on Earth to buy NVIDIA. So, like, if everybody's got exposure to NVIDIA, who buys more? How does it go up? Anyway, interesting point. There you go. Hangovers to happiness. Good morning. Thank you for being a channel member right there. Got that cool badge on your name. And there are emojis that you can use, like dumpster fire and cash, and I think spin was another one maybe. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember all the ones I set up. Anyway, all right, back to it before we burn all the daylight here. So S&P 500 looks like we're gonna pop. I mean, we're still set to go higher. We break out above this high from a few days back. What, Monday? Probably cruising. We still have resistance at the prior high, so be careful. There's a triple threat firing off. Buy on NVIDIA. And yes, overnight action. We had the dip, but then much to Ronger late last night, he was like, "Oh, this looks pretty horrible." And then by the time I woke up, everything's okay again. Futures looked kind of rough last night, gapping down, but then recovering pretty strongly, breaking above, definitely above the 5-minute roadmap line. Let's go back to regular trading hours and 15 minutes. Ooh, caution. Need to get up through the 15. We're above the 5, well above the, well, I guess not. That's weird. There we go. Well above the 5. Broke above the 15. Coming up to the 30, trying to get through. 1 hour. We dipped down below, got the extension. That was kind of what I was warning about the other day. Like, we did this first initial pullback, did this rally. We went down, hit the 1272. Look at that touch. Look at that touch. Earlier this week, I was talking about that. That was a 1, 2, 3 up. Did make a marginal higher high in this one, but doesn't really matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right down into the low. That can be the end of the move. That wraps it up. Touch the 1272. You'd think this stuff was magic, but it's not. Like, look at that. We came down through the roadmap line, back tested it, right down to the 1272. Now reversing it, breaking higher than this price action right there. Right now, we're breaking higher than this price action right here, where we back tested. That's the first kind of initial sign that we might be heading higher. Now, as long as we hold here and start moving up, we're probably doing the move right up here. Right up here, 5,800 on S&P 500 futures. This is ES1 exclamation point. If you're unfamiliar, most platforms it's /ES, which is S&P 500 futures. Why the futures? Because they trade almost 24 hours a day, 23 hours a day anyway. They close from 5 to 6 p.m. for reconciliation, and then they're right back open. So this opened up last night at 6 p.m. and has been chooching along, as they say. We did have that gap down, taking it right back. Potential to rip it, and we'll cover the bias for the day at the end. I do have a bonus trade I brought. Bonus trade, there we go. Bonus trade, brought a bonus trade. So we can go over that right at the end of the list here. NQ still needs to get through the 1 hour. And so I was talking about this, how we got the downtrend highs. Still holding that intact. In fact, I'm going to pull this down just a little bit now. If we get back to 19.6, we're probably going to go cruising back to all-time highs. Simple as that. Russell potentially bouncing off the 1 hour roadmap line. Break through that 2200 area right there. Probably going cruising up to 2258 at least. It already has the daily chart entry already fired off back here. A little bit of retrace. We are set to rally up here. 2375-ish right there. 2375. Dun, 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 dun. CL. Right there. Still in the watermelon seed squeeze. If you are unfamiliar, watch back a couple days. We may see this, I keep saying, we may see this just go like this, and then the election's a coin flip. Right out here to the election. Right in there. If we hang like that, it's a coin flip. If we pop, I bet the incumbent loses. If we drop, I bet the incumbent wins. If we just hang, oil's not a factor, and it's a coin flip based on oil prices. It's interesting to think about. Can they keep it? Can they keep oil out of the equation? Gold was ripping this morning, and then GDP happened, and all of a sudden, yikes. Right there's the kind of dropped into the GDP, then so this was right there. There's the announcement, and down there. Can this find a bottom and go launching off? That's the question mark right there. Hey, thanks, Roland. Thanks for being becoming a channel supporter right there. I do appreciate it. Helps me do all the things I do. BTC, USD. My Kimberly and Karen, and my daughter Karen, they make the if I'm not there when they fire up the grill or something like that, I'm like, why did you take a picture of that? And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, we're a social media family. I need the pictures so we can post them. And I have plans to post some of the cool food and projects and stuff like that in the members area for everybody, so you can see kind of what we do behind the scenes. So, anyway, I share them occasionally on here, but I plan on sharing more because I take pictures all the time. I take so many pictures. I'm not an Instagram person or anything like that. In fact, it confused me for a long time. I didn't understand that Instagram and IG were the same thing, and I'm not even on Facebook at all. So I don't know. Anyway, getting on X is a stretch for me. I take a lot of pictures, but I'm a very private type person. If you Google me, you don't find very much because I haven't really posted a whole lot. You find YouTube stuff, but you don't find much else. I learned in the early, I've been on the internet since 93. had this same email address, even one of my email addresses, same email address since 93. If you can imagine that. Bitcoin trying to break above, back above. Now, if we get above this right here, I've had a computer since I was 2 years old, which that's like 81. I told how old I am. Had a computer in my house since it was 1981. Wrote my first computer program when I was 5. Funny enough, I'm an engineer, not a computer person. I mean, I wrote all the code for Apollo and triple threats and all that stuff. So, yeah, I'm so young. Losing my hair. But, somebody the other day, they were like, they wanted to swap a Model Y for my Cybertruck. I was like, no, I can't do that. And I was like, I'm driving that thing for free because I've got my solar thing I'm building. And they're like, what do you mean? I was like, yeah, I got solar panels and I got batteries. And they're like, well, what do you mean? Who'd you pay to do that? Or where'd you hire that? I was like, no, I'm building it all myself. I designed the system myself. Bought everything surplus. I bought a bunch of data center batteries surplus. I got 96 kilowatts of data center batteries. I've got 20 kilowatt hours of COVID respirator batteries that never got used. So I've got almost 120 kilowatt hours of battery storage for pennies on the dollar because it was all surplus. So that's the kind of stuff that I do in the background and all my free time. Design a solar system, roll it out. So share more details on all that stuff. So, I know you're just here for the trades. Stop blabbing, JT. But there's 180 people here. It doesn't seem to be the most horrible stuff I've ever talked about. Ethereum there. God, this is not okay. This can be. Let's just do this. Do I have anything that I care about on here? Not really. Let's go to this. I'll just draw it over here. There's the problem right there. There's the problem. Now we did a potential measured bounce. So if this will be key, if this high is important right now, if we break above that high, we're probably tearing off. If we break below this low, these are very important right now. We're probably coming down here. Very, very important on Ethereum right now. Very, very important. If we break above, we're going right here. So there's the long and the short of it right there. As simple as this. If we get above here, going up here. If we get below here, these are high probability. It's not like guaranteed that we have to hit those levels, but it's pretty darn. If it doesn't do this, I'll be surprised. If it doesn't break out here and go up here, I'll be surprised. If it doesn't break down here and go here, I'll be surprised. So it's going one of these two places, more than likely, from this pattern. There's a chance it holds the higher low. It still goes up here. But right now, with this setup, it's either going up here or we're going to break down and go down here. There's the potential that this was finished the way that did a nice long candle. Retraced, 618 hold, put maybe 60-40, maybe. I feel unfinished down here, so maybe it's more like 55-45, 55-45. I would definitely wait for the break above. Set my alert here and set my alert here. Like that. There you go. There you go. Plumbing. Plumbing's easy. You just connect the pipes and make sure there's no leaks. All right. That's Ethereum. Any questions? Dollar. Found a little support at this low down here. Let's go back over. Click the dollar on here. Finding a little bit of support. It's just intermediate though. And unless we break back above, here's the upside resistance right now. Right now, that's resistance. And this low is support. We can hang out in between there. Next support down is this one down here. I think we're unlikely to break that resistance. My bias is down. It's been down for a while. We went a little higher than I expected. We didn't get up to, we came up short. So I think that stretched my bias to the downside more. I think we're going down to the mid 90s, and it could take out till next year to get there. Could be on the path that takes maybe out to next summer to get there. NKD still has not. That's a nice rally. If we can break above that, we're cruising probably right up here next target. Could be like, what the fudge is that, JT? That's Japanese stock market futures right there. How do you trade it? That's beyond me right there. That one, still the same stuff I said. Looking for the break higher. So what was popping and dropping? Now, for this list, what we're about to go over, the gainers and the losers, I go pull a pre-market list. Link is in Discord in the links for stuff channel. I go pull pre-market data for everything moving up or down $2 and make a list. And the gainers are the stuff that was up $2 or more. It may not still be up $2 or more. Right now, ASML is up 17 bucks, so it is still on the gainers list. This is a coin flip in this zone. If we can break above the 618, we have the gap fill to do before we can go higher to 1168. And we may still have downside. Sorry, it's not clear. BBY, wow. I think I talked about that the other day. You had 3 days to buy it, and then boom, right up to the target. That trade's done. If you took that trade, it's done. Done. CRM, high probability moves done. What do I expect next? A retrace. And that's what it's doing so far. That's the red. Then it can retrace all the way back down here again. CRM, if that can break above that gap and the 618 there, got a little resistance here. That may be cruising up to 338. Yeah, that 333, 338 area. NTNX. I just built the list. I haven't gone through them. Like, this is the first time I'm looking at all of them today. I built the list and came live. Went on live. All right, that closes here today above the 618. Game on 79.84. Burlington is up to the target. Watch for another retrace. That's played out. That one went fast. Never gave an entry. Affirm. Came up just shy. Just shy. This could be a measured bounce. Let's see if it's measured bounce on the non-log scale. Remember what I said. People that program algorithms, some of them use log scale, some of them don't. This one does not. This puts the target up here at 65, 66 area at the minimum. Pull this right up here. Could go up to 78. This would be pretty sweet. That's above those highs, so this is an entry for an aggressive target up here, 66 to 78, right there on a firm. MSTR. Just hanging. We're going to have to get more bullish action. Break above these highs from earlier in the week. Can take us up here. That could be the initial aggressive entry right there. My algorithm has not gotten long yet because this was the roadmap touch right here. And that was too many candles, so it won't take this trade. I can already tell you. My algorithm will not take that trade. Ulta hasn't proved it's made a bottom yet. Coin, if Bitcoin is actually going to reverse here, that got darn close to a measured bounce. The intermediate targets right up here, 241, 258. Then we break above that stuff, 300, 320, 360. And when we get above that, those prior highs, we can go ripping. Bigger targets up here, 500, 700. Not that. I don't feel like I'm bearish on coin. I need it to prove it to me. Apple, I'm long Apple with some calls, looking for that breakout right there to 242. Just a very small exposure, a couple $100 on the line there. FSLR, looking for that to break above the 266 area to get rocking and rolling up to 320. I don't remember what these we hit. Looks like we hit all these targets before. So there's what we got right now. Got to break above this right here to get the move up here. Tesla. Salah. Nice potential, but we got to get out of, we got to get above this resistance right here. Has resistance at that downtrend. Rejected it just a few days back. We got to get up through it to go higher. I mean, that's, well, when you say it that way, it's so simple. Yeah. So here's support, here's resistance. We're in between. Which one are we breaking? Which one are we breaking? I find it incredibly funny that Stellantis and Tesla have the same 4 letters in their ticker. Anybody ever thought of that? This is Dodge, by the way. If you Chrysler Dodge, looking pretty pitiful there. May go lower. May go lower. All of a sudden I thought of it when I said Salah. All right. Dun, 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 dun. I'm sorry about that hangover for happiness. We've had some problems with my family. Kimberly too. I understand how devastating it can be for people around you. That could be a measured bounce right there. Break above the roadmap line. Game on. Could be targets up here. 600, 700 for Lulu. Real heartburn for me to take this. I've never made money on a Lulu trade. Just like Meta. Never made money on a Meta trade. No matter what I do. Never made money on a Lulu trade. No matter what I do. Giant upside potential. Talking about like a double on shares potentially. Cold. This is ultra short natural gas. This looks like it might actually break higher. Really interesting. There's the target 96. NG1 exclamation point is, did the contract rollover? The forward outlook is pretty stable on natural gas, just hanging out in this $3, $4 area. The 2 is a little light, so I guess the forward look in futures is expecting higher prices. The forward look is not always correct. Just throwing that out there. That ultra short looks like it could go higher, which would push this lower. We're stuck in between. Like, we've held resistance pretty solidly right there at that 188 area. If we can break above the roadmap line, which we haven't been able to do, we may rally it right up here to this $4 area right there. DPST. This is bullet leverage stuff right here. Be careful. Leverage. Own. Banks. Be careful. Target's up here at 126. We did fire it off. This is an entry. Was an entry. Oh, it didn't take it. That's fascinating. Oh, hold on. Let me change a setting. When I took it off the chart and put it back on the chart, change the settings. Still didn't change. Didn't change anything. It didn't take that trade. Went too fast, I guess. Oh. Yeah, I can see why. I can see why right there. Hey, Kathy, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Kathy. And it's just more, more stuff. And nobody should feel obligated to be a member of the channel. But you do get fun stuff, and I got more fun stuff planned. Funny enough, you got to have so many members before you can add more fun stuff for YouTube. So they're like, I guess it's their way to encourage you to try to get more people to be members of the channel. Everything's about money, right? Everything's about money. Anyway, 5 below, like team. Not enough candles to do anything. There's no roadmap line. There's no nothing. It's Team Tempus AI. That's a 3-wave up, which is not bullish. You may be like, well, it looks bullish. Be careful. That can roll and make a lower low. 95, I think it's 95% of IPOs, maybe it's even 99% of IPOs, start out and make lower lows than the IPO price, which it did, but it may make a much more significant lower low, lower than 20. Beyond Meat over here, prime example of what I'm talking about. Like this went crazy after the IPO. I mean, look at this. We IPO'd over here, like 65. We went up to crazy numbers. But everybody's like, oh, that's not bearish. But then we did the correction. This is the bubble pattern. We just didn't have the rest of the bubble. It started at the end of the bubble. We went up right up here. July 19. Big, deep correction. That's that consolidation. And then right down there. Just start. Take it easy. Hangovers with the bonus trade. Like those are the ones I throw out there. They're nice, slow trades. So anyway, team has the opportunity to go down. 5 below, even if it goes crazy up, that's just more opportunity for it to go low. 5 below, look at that, going 5 below. We're going to go 5 below the prior low. Maybe. We're in the ballpark for getting a lower low here. Ballpark for going lower low. No bueno. I know Svinborn loves that when I say that. No bueno. Of my Espanol speaking members like it too. Hablo un poquito español. NVO rejecting the break. That's a gap fill. We got to break above it to go higher. The SPXL, look at that buy. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of stuff. Holy guacamole. Wow. That's a bunch of buys right there. That's Apollo. That's triple threat. That's Apollo. Apollo, triple threat. NVO. If we can't beat that gap down, watch out below. Lucy, innovative eyewear. That's a dumpster fire. Reverse split. Be careful on the dumpster fire. Let's see. That's back-to-back dumpster fires. AMAT. God, man, I'm getting alerts like crazy. I guess because I get the trading view alert, I get the Discord alert, I get the team has like this thing that alerts me for the Telegram to make, just to make sure that it gets forwarded. So I get like every alert copied like 4 times. AMAT, resistance there. We got to break above that 618 to go higher. As long as we're down here, we may go lower down to support. LABU, sideways chop. Still, that's 3x on biotech. Be careful, biotech. PDD, recovering a little bit. That could be a bottom. Like that. I need a big question mark. Bottom? Let's see. Nope, not the right one. There we go. Bottom. FAS. That's at the target. Be careful. Man, that was pretty awesome right there. That didn't even look back at all. Yeah, daily chart right there. Boom, boom. Pretty sure that was in the list a couple weeks ago. I'm not sure. I took it. I had the Termite Trading Lab people that could have. Let's see. If it'll find it. Yeah, it did. On the 15th. I'll just show you right here. Oh. Right there. Right there. FAS. That was from the 15th. Right there. Nice. That one worked out really nicely. Popped right up in there. So be careful if you're long that. It may retrace at this point. And look how violently it's retraced in the past. DG. Oh, right down to the extension low. Right to the number 92. So this can form a bottom in here and then break above this resistance and be done on the downside. SMCI. We're getting close. Getting close to Jeffrey being right again. Just saying. OKTA. Watch out. That's looking like we might go down. TLTR. That can still be a measured bounce, but it may, if, oh man. Oh man. So, all right, here's the line in the sand. So if we get below that, if we can hold here, this one's a log mode. If we hold here, the LTR can go rip into 300. If we don't hold here, we may go down to 52. So, thanks, Don. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. PSTG. Man, I cannot speak sometimes. PSTG. If anybody watched me doing the triple threat webinar earlier in the week, I could not say 66%. I couldn't say it. I kept getting tongue-tied. 66%. So that holds a higher low there. That's a double bottom potential. Break above this, and we're going on up to 73. If you're an aggressive trader, you could buy now. Stop out on a lower low. This is a low risk, high reward entry right here. This is super aggressive though. It has like higher odds of stopping out than working, but if this is like your kind of thing, this is not the bonus trade. This is an opportunity that I found just now looking at this. If it's your kind of bag, like that could work out there. Stop out on a lower low below 47 or 48. NVDA holding, may go lower. Burke. Wow. Right back. This is why I say get out at the resistance and watch for a sudden drop. That dropped right back down. So that was a 3-wave up to the 100%, where this move up, remember what I said about IPOs a minute ago? This could be this could be a bearish correction right here. We don't know what the chart was over here. We don't know like what it was doing. All right. Big question mark. We don't know what the chart was over here because it was private. This move right here that's a bearish correction so far. Holding there, getting that drop like that. If we break down below here, we're going lower, right down in here on Burke. Still, be careful. That's holding the roadmap line and may come back down. We're at that resistance to go higher. Next resistance up here at the gap, you know, it has that little baby gap. Baby gap. May drop down here. Ollies back to the roadmap line. If we can hold it, break back above 97, 107. USD. Hey, Charlie. Good to see you. Goose is here somewhere. Saw him a minute ago. Yeah, he's like 8 chats above you. And USD hanging right there at resistance. May go lower. Of course, if NVIDIA can turn and burn it, watch out for that right there. 190 is the upside target. Potential on the downside. Right down here. 2 feet away from me. We'll give him a good smack on that head. CRWD. Dun, 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 dun. There's resistance. There's supports. JBDI. Not enough candles to do jack squat. CAVA. Watch out. That might be played out. Watch out for a return back to support. We get back below the gap fill. Watch out for that. That's played out for now. No high probability moves. SBIT. All right, Andres. Thanks for coming. SBIT just chopping sideways. Short Bitcoin. Ultra short. That's leverage short Bitcoin right there. You want to short Bitcoin? There you go. Leverage way. SBIT. MCFT. Mastercraft. This one having some trouble, quite honestly. That's Wrongemer would rather paddle a kayak around than drive a bass boat. Just not supporting Mastercraft, man. Come on. I know it's a ski boat, not a fishing boat for the most part. And then the bonus trade, ATRO. Check this out. Right here. Bonus trade, bonus trade, bonus trade. Dun, 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 dun. Bonus trade time. ATRO has a nice upside potential here. Entry is now. 24.75 is the target. And I should grab the statistics and show it off really quickly. Here you go. ATRO has the the official target, 24.57, stop below 17, 285 upside potential, 86.96% historical win rate. Usually lasts like, so 23 trades, a few of them lasted a long time. So it's not a very fast mover. This may tie up your money for a little while. Make a couple bucks on that money parked there. But we're talking about 10% upside, roughly. Going from 21 to 24. Not too shabby. Beat the S&P right there. So there you go. That's the bonus for the day right there. All right. I see a question. Jeffrey, do you have a monthly service where you provide picks? I love the analysis with the roadmap. Works great with Elliott. Yeah, so the roadmap is an Elliott Wave system. And I provide weekly, the market roadmap system, $5 in the description, is for 3 months. Does get you those picks. We'll see what kind of content I throw out in the YouTube membership. And as far as monthly, like slow time frame, I don't really have much slow time frame stuff. I have a double dip trades, which is goes after it's shares only, looking for high dividend stuff. It has to pay 10% or more, and yeah, those are slow shares only trades. Last several months usually. So that's a slow one. You got me like, I'm like, I'm kind of a swing trader. Most of my stuff's around swing trading. The team wanted me to throw out a day trade product, so that's why I've got this new triple threat trader thing. Apollo is kind of my speed right here. So anyway, that's kind of what I got cooking right now. These bonus trades are a new thing that it's not a product right now. I built a tool that helps me find those, but and it throws out quite a few every day. Like today, I think it was 7. Let me see. Oh, clicked the wrong button. Let me jump down to the bottom of that channel. Wrong channel. Other channel. Jump to the bottom. Yeah, 7 tickers for today, but they're not all awesome. So I usually try to pick the best one and show it off here. This was the best one today, or at least I thought it was the best one today. And there's another triple threat firing off with the sell order. So bias for the day. Optimistically, I think we could go higher from here. So the levels to watch: yesterday's low and Monday's high. That's the levels to watch. Break above Monday's high, up. Break above yesterday's low, probably going a little deeper, possibly down to 5,500 on the S&P. Back to the gap right there. And we may go fill the gap even. So be careful. There is downside potential down to this level where the 272 is right there. But it looks like if we can break higher, going cruising, all-time highs, 5,800 or 5,750, I guess, on the S&P cash index right here. 5,800 on the futures. That's what we got cooking. That's what we got cooking right there. Going up or going down. So there's your long and short of it right there. As long as we're in between, it's uncertain. So be careful. It's my perma cautious right there. All right. And if anything I said was helpful, beneficial, give me a like today. Remember, I have the channel memberships now, so I'll see you later. Have a great day, everybody. I'll be in Discord. I'll be live at 1 p.m. going over our triple threats again. If you haven't seen it, I'll throw the link in